This one goes out to my Japanese girlfriend, Sakura.
This is Joshua and Creighton, bringing the force, bringing the madness.
Oh, my God.
The shame and the glory.
Yeah, forever. Oh, man. Josh.
What have we been doing?
Dude, we've been doing lots of things. We've been talking to super important people, but mainly I've been working through the conceptual levels of this game that I'm designing.
Whoa, you're designing a game? This is a Clear Dunk City
Calm down,
exclusive
Josh.
if I've ever heard one.
Calm down.
Tell me
Josh.
stories, man. People think all week we're just fucking around, playing PSP titles solo in a fucking sleep chamber.
Yeah.
Truth be told.
No, dude, I'll tell you what I've come up with.
What do you
get?
What do you got?
Here it is.
Give me the title. What do you have?
It's not that great, but here's what I'm working with.
We'll try, yeah.
It's Bo Jackson cross Bo Jackson Super Grand Slam Rumble Roses Bases Loaded 2020 Death Fortress.
That's the title of the game.
That's the title of the game and all of the conceptual work that I've done so far.
Yeah.
That's all I have.
I want to be a part of this game.
Well, you can't. I'm doing it myself.
This is a solo project.
Doing it.
This is solo.
Yeah, doing it with. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to use RPG Maker or Game Maker.
Yeah, or you could just end up in MS Paint and fucking, Basic.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. I don't know what either of those things are.
C++, that sounds like too many letters and pluses.
Yeah, but it's fine because this week we're talking to Tales of Games, right?
We're talking to Tales of Games. Tales of Games, if you guys aren't familiar with, if you're fucking living under rocks and pebbles somewhere in the multiverse, but basically these guys are responsible for making Barkley famous.
Yeah, they've made Barkley Guiding, and they have an upcoming game called Barkley 2. The
Correct.
Subtitle of which I cannot even remember.
It's too
epic to even.
And epic.
All I know is Tir Nanog presents.
Yeah, and
Okay.
and apparently
Also, I do know that also Barack Obama believes that this game has made him re-question
yeah.
whether VidCons can be considered a work of art.
Right. So that's actually how the government broke
He said
down.
it himself. Yeah.
The government broke
They had
down
to shut the shit down
because, it's bipartisanship
Tails.
on this VidCon issue, really.
They cannot come to an agreement.
There's no way that...
Whether VidCons are art or are they not.
Right, so if your mommy and daddy
GOP's like, no.
have been at home a lot recently,
Oh, yeah, God.
it's due to Tales of Games. And one day, hopefully the whole world can come together on this important topic.
Yeah, all right. Let's see what they have to say.
Yeah, let's see what Tales of Games have to say.
Okay.
I'm Liam, yeah, and then Eric just walked away.
So we have Liam.
Yeah, so we have Liam right now. There's Eric, and then there's Brian.
Okay.
And myself and Brian are brothers.
Oh, cool.
Oh, I did not know that. Okay.
So you guys already have some fucking Wilson Brothers, Beach Boys level shit happening there.
Yes.
And that's why he's sleeping, because he lost his fucking mind.
Yeah, we have to pass notes underneath his door. Get him. Yeah, I'm the oldest. I'm older by 4 years, and I know that he can tell more wherever he is. I need to actually go on a recon mission and find out where he is. But he always he's like slowly become the better gamesman over the years.
Oh damn!
So
Has that been like a proud transition as an older brother, or like a fucking competitive, like cutthroat, I gotta fucking game up on this dude shit?
Yeah. There's a lot of. It's all negative from my end. He's actually a good person, but the jealousy inside eats me alive, and he wrestled. He was like a good wrestler in school too. So now he can kick my ass.
Oh, I can physically beat you up too. God,
yeah, I know, and I'm like 4 or 5 inches taller than him and bigger than him, but I still can't take him. So he's just a better person all around, and I'm like. I have more hair than he does, though.
Oh,
so
yeah.
that's where I win.
And I mean, remember, at the end of the day, even if you're getting beat up on the high scoreboards and in real life, you can always be like, he's a product of the fact that I beat his ass for years. This is why this guy is this monster now.
Yeah, I used to terrorize him, and now he's actually here right now. Brian,
Oh,
Brian, say hi. Hi.
All right.
Brian, we've heard
What up, Brian?
we've heard of your dominance. We've heard of your
Your strength.
your strength.
I said that you're a better gamesman and a better
Human.
wrestler. You can take me.
I'm a better wrestler.
You can take me in both in the real world and in the THQ verse.
Yeah.
You know, you could beat me in both.
Yeah.
You say in Cubert?
THQ verse.
Oh, okay.
Of course.
We had about 30 minutes where we were interested in video game championship wrestling because Barkley, because they have you ever heard of video game championship wrestling?
No, what is that?
It's like, you know, Raw, you know, WWF or Raw,
Right.
2014. They come out every year like Madden, I guess.
Yeah.
And you can now make your own characters, and so there's
Shit.
these guys just make every, you know, Sonic and
Dr. Robotnik versus Sonic.
Yeah.
So you guys are having
and
like
they're all
ultimate...
it's all computer controlled, and they have their own stats, and they create their character, and then just like
Is this like
40,000 people watch them on Twitch.
Yeah. Is this like Salty Bet, kind of like that?
It's sort of like Salty Bet, yeah.
All right. So they just let the
Way worse.
It's way worse. Okay.
But the best part is they made originally they had a Charles Barkley character that would come out with the Space Jam thing and everything like that.
Yeah.
People would cheer him, but he sucked. And then they updated all the models and updated all their statistics, and they gave the Barkley character a weak knee. Because he like, you know, that was his downfall in his real career is he had a bad knee, and he left the sport, you know, a year or two early because of his knee.
Right.
They gave him the bad knee, and all of the other AI that he would battle against would target the knee, but there's like
That's awesome.
but because the game doesn't actually work that way, they all target the knee, but it's not a weakness at all. And so he became unstoppable. Like everybody would target his knee, and he would just like take it in the knee, but it wouldn't actually damage his character. And so he won like 3 years in a row and became like the greatest video game championship wrestler of all time.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, so always bet on Barkley then.
Oh well, no, not anymore. Then they fixed his knee.
Oh.
There's a lot of drama.
Yeah.
It's completely computer controlled, but they also have the soap opera like moments where they meet each other backstage and scream and yell, and then
That's what I'm
one
talking
person
about.
hits the other guy's woman, and then they all start freaking out. She's a wrestler too. They have all those. Like the game actually makes all those up as well.
Oh, really?
So there's like a
that's what I'm talking
whole
about.
drama going on.
It's actually really cool.
I gotta watch this.
Sounds
Like
really
Mega
good.
Man and like Jessica Rabbit fighting over the Chaos Emeralds or whatever.
Yeah.
What? Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, somebody body slammed Barkley into like a vending machine at one point.
Yeah.
Unacceptable.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. I enjoyed watching Barkley, you know, lose more than I enjoyed watching him win.
So you're on the side of like fuck this villain,
Anti-hero.
regardless of the tie-ins that he has to your game. Fuck this guy
Right.
in this universe.
Dude, I want to see him dominate. That's what I want to see. I mean, I want to see Barkley go. I want to see him like. I want people to hate Barkley because of how good he is at this wrestling video game.
Yeah.
This will be his true legacy.
Yeah.
Video game wrestling championship.
I want it to negatively affect sales of Barkley too. That would be appreciably worse.
So how did you guys meet, and could you sense that it would permanently alter the course of each other's lives forever?
So it's through the sewers. Yeah, we met in the sewers actually. But like for as long as I can remember, like Brian and I have just been like really good friends. So one day, like on a whim, I just decided like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna make Barkley Shut Up and Jam Gaiden. Like I saw that title, Barkley Shut Up and Jam. I'd never played the game before. I didn't know anything about it. I just thought it'd be really funny if Gaiden was at the end. And so I was like, hey, Brian, you want to help me with it? And he's like, yeah, sure, definitely. And so that's how it worked.
So you guys are basically like some kind of fucking like perversion of like Ninja Turtles making video games in sewers of downtown DC somewhere illicitly underground.
Yeah,
The Ninja
pretty much.
Turtle, yeah. That's
I have
good.
I have a shell actually.
Well, if one of you is shell based, then I think that that's a little different than being cell based, I guess. So maybe you guys can just
Right. Yeah, there we go.
split the work.
What I was excited about.
But so you guys have known each other for like 10 years, and how long were you guys working on B1 for?
About a year.
Yeah,
a little over, I guess.
Yeah, a little over a year. We released a demo, I think, on like January 21st, 2007, and the full game, just by like a complete coincidence, also came out on the same day 1 year later.
Damn. I mean, I guess because you guys had already had some background, and this obviously wasn't your first jam, I'll say.
I mean, we'd like worked on
Like little things.
individually, or like with other people. Like I'd done music for a couple games before, but the very first map in Barkley, like when you're in Barkley's apartment, that's the first map I ever made ever. So
That's crazy.
like I mean, it was very, very amateur. I mean, we really didn't know what we were doing.
So would you guys consider yourselves ballers?
We've been improving.
We're ballers in training.
You
I
mean
ball
BIT,
almost
sure.
every day.
Yeah, there's a court next to our house, and we go out and miss a lot. But
Dude, I've been nailing them recently.
Yeah.
You gotta come out and see me.
Let me ask you this: if you guys went up to your fucking local sports retailer, you know, fucking Walmart, Sporting, fucking Authority, whatever bullshit store, and you got yourself a hoop, just trying to hoop it up, right? How many clicks away from pro level shit would you say it takes you guys to exact a chaos dunk, a true chaos dunk?
ooh,
Or now.
You're pretty tall.
yeah. I mean, I could.
I could do a layup and like hang on to like I could grip the net and my fingers would hurt probably, but I could be in on the net and pull myself up probably.
Well, also, it's the basketball court isn't even a half court. It's really just the key is really all.
Man.
So we don't even really have any kind of
We
3-point
gotta, like,
range.
stand on
Yeah.
that thing.
But you can
down.
stand in the bushes and shoot
On
from
the
a 3-point
yeah.
arc if you're in the bushes. So.
Nice.
So you guys just play horse, basically, I guess.
Right.
Pretty
yeah,
much,
pretty much.
yeah.
Yeah. And then if the teens come into
Yeah,
play,
we fight.
we either fight, or run.
Yeah.
It depends.
Fight or run.
Yeah.
That's basically the options you get, right? They're like, hey, those are nice shoes. Either we're going to play for this or we're going to fight for it.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
It's like, is that a starter jacket? Take it off.
They're 13 and 14, but
Oh man, you can stomp them.
Yeah, dude.
they come in packs.
Oh,
yeah.
shit.
They flank you very quickly.
Yeah, dude. Those Wolves have got some strat for sure.
I mean, I could dunk in at the end of high school. I could put it in,
What?
but that was not
Pro
a chaos.
level?
At standard height?
It's standard height. Yeah, I'm a
Damn,
tall guy.
son.
Wait, how tall are
Tall
you?
guy. I can't dunk now, so
I can
I
can
can't
touch
even
the
really
rim.
spell chaos at this point.
It's a lot to ask.
Several feet away from me. I think that's never gonna happen for me.
Yeah, dude. I mean, the last time I was super convinced, like when I was in the best shape of my life, like a year ago, I was like, I'm gonna do this. I had like an empty gym for like an hour and a half. I was like, I'm gonna leave this fucking gym with a dunk, or otherwise. And dude, it ended up I fucking totally pulled the shit out of like my groin muscle by like just slam jamming on that rim so hard. So that was I think that was like my swan song for like all of dunk dreams. My hoop dreams
Yeah.
ended that day.
Sad story.
Bleeding out
The
of me.
only thing I've ever chaos dunked is my dad's hopes and dreams for me as a person. I'm 6'6", and I could dunk just fine. And I don't even want to play basketball. Fuck it.
I don't know if you guys had like probably I don't think anyone has like that much future planning to be like, all right, we're gonna start out with this JRPG and then we're gonna do fucking systems on top of systems this next game. And it's gonna be a roguelike shooter fucking JRPG role playing fucking extravaganza, right?
Well, actually,
Really?
The Barkley 3 is, I mean, kind of put a bow on even some of the concepts already. Like,
Yeah, Barkley 2 was pretty
Barkley
much
2
come
is
up
kind of
with even
pre-Barkley
before
1.
Barkley 1.
Yeah,
Right.
Barkley 2, like, it's hard to talk about. Like, it's really hard to explain, but, like, we came up with Barkley 2 at the same time as we came up with Barkley 1. Like, in my mind, even though they're different games, like, mechanically and everything, it feels like we're still working on Barkley 1, or, like, we're still working on the same thing, because this is actually always what we were doing. Like, this is what we were always planning.
Well, yeah, we
I
have.
don't know if you're familiar at all with the Wu-Tang Clan, but RZA had like a 5-year plan for all the members of the Wu-Tang Clan, and he wanted one of them to infiltrate all the major labels
Sure.
to like raise the status of the clan itself throughout the whole music industry. And
That's
we have all we'll say is we have a 5-year plan.
Yeah.
Does RPG make or game maker? I mean, I guess it must hold up. It doesn't seem like it would though.
People have this view of RPG Maker as like this tool that people used to make like Final Fantasy VII, Sephiroth's Darkest Revengeance, and
Oh,
like that's what people think RPG Maker is. And I think
fiction,
I
like,
don't
fucking spin-off, right?
like it deserves that reputation. But at the same time, as a tool, RPG Maker is like the single best tool for like idea people. Like if you have an idea, there's no better way to just get that idea out and functional and into a game than RPG Maker. Like if we didn't have that, we would not have been able to make Barkley 2 or the original Barkley. We made the entire game in RPG Maker and then ported it to Game Maker.
I noticed. I mean, I've been playing Shin Megami Tensei 4 also, and it's great. But I guess I saw on your Kickstarter page that I'm really interested in this gun crafting system that you say is like Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne.
Yeah.
Is that is that true? How does the system work?
Well, like kind of hard because like they have like like a set. You know, there's these demons, and you know, there's 104 of them or whatever, and certain ones fuse into other ones, and it's like pretty cut and dry. But ours is more like combining stuff. Maybe it's not even like Nocturne mechanically, except for in like a couple ways, but you are like fusing two things together.
The approach,
you get a result.
yeah.
But the actual like system of determining what you get is a little more complex or whatever, just because
A little less deterministic, I think.
yeah.
I see.
Yeah, there's I mean, but yeah, you will have two guns just like you have two demons and you fuse them together. But and then your result is very similar because you get a single gun that has these different effects and affixes and stuff, all these different properties, which are sort of like their spells and their abilities. But under the hood, what's going on is approached a little differently.
Yeah, like I mean, kind of like in Nocturne, you would have two people fused together, and like you can get to the same demon from different combinations, and like you want the healing spell on the dude, so you back out of the menu and go back in like 500 times until they have Warcry and Meteorama or whatever the two that like you've decided they must have, which was horrible, but you can. It's kind of. I mean, it's closer to having more things like that. Like you can not backing in and out of the menu, but like even if your result, it's determined in some ways, but there's other stuff that can be changed around. I guess similar to that.
Is there like will you be able to choose like hereditary things, or are there like tri-fusions or quad fusions?
I don't know if we're at that point yet to know
Like,
if there's tri-fusions. There's none of that in there yet.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like it's all like kind of. Do we have like little partial versions of the system like running, and it all like we kind of know what we're doing and it makes sense, but the problem is like how long the game is going to be. Like if the places where you can fuse are closer together, then it's different than if they're farther away. Like you play like Dark Souls.
Yeah.
Of course, like the
What's
the
that game?
blacksmiths, like I mean, I guess this is spoilers. I hate talking about Dark Souls because I'm afraid that like someone, your listeners might hate me. But there's
Well, I
these
mean, I
blacksmiths.
feel like you can't
and
speak about it without getting like both a pat on the back and just like a gun in your face. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But eventually, like, fast travel is necessary when you like begin like really trying to fuse stuff together. Like, especially my first time when I found out. I mean, not fuse stuff, but like upgrade stuff. When I found out what all the blacksmiths could do.
Oh, right.
It would have been a pain in the ass if I had to run
Oh, man.
and just remember everything. So there's kind of even things like that. Like, if all of the places where you can do these gun fusions are close together, then it's easier to make them, I guess, like, do different stuff.
Yeah, more
Because if I had
specialized.
to run, like, across the game world, like, because that's what we've been thinking about, like, cool, like, little secrets and places. But then you got to realize, like, is the dude going to run all the way over here
I
to,
see.
do this special thing, and then also is he going to be pissed if he doesn't run over there, like knowing that he's missing out on stuff? So there's kind of some like player psychology shit that's going to impact like how the actual final mechanics work or whatever. Because we don't want to make people mad. Like in Shin Megami Tensei games, there's all kinds of like little things where like if you bring like Cerberus to fight an Orthrus and they're like the same looking dude, then like they'll talk to each other and stuff.
Right.
And like Hanuman upgrades to Wukong because they're both like monkey dudes.
Yeah.
And like, there's little things like that are cool and kind of give things character. So it's not just like a system like
Right.
you're playing with a spreadsheet. I don't even want to talk about.
Yeah, we're down.
So we're
I'm smiling because there's something that we don't want to say.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, yeah, we
But
understand.
that's actually kind of how we're approaching the whole game. Is we definitely are trying to make this game, or it's kind of like a quality control check that we have, and that's, is this something that's going to make it into a strategy guide? And if it is, if it's a system or something that's very basic and very apparent to the player, it's something that we want to re-examine. The whole idea of the game is you're a bit lost in what's going on. Even if you can grasp the system and understand what's about to happen, you don't know exactly what's going to happen. And once you make a decision one way or another, that's it. That decision is there, and you can never go back unless you play a game again from the beginning.
You've got to keep like pushing forward.
Yeah, so all these different decisions that you make, whether it's fuse this gun, or talk to this person, or go here first or there first, are all systems that hopefully by the end of the game, end of your first time playing, you grasp kind of how it works, but not, maybe how to predict how it's going to work, but not necessarily why it works and exactly what's going to happen the next time somebody else plays it. Even to the point where you could be talking to a person that's halfway through the game after you've beaten it and suggest them to do something, and it actually gives a completely different result.
Wow.
Like, definitely the design things have changed on some level in the past, 5 years or something. It's not like the whole idea has been the same, but it was definitely going to be more of a, like, kind of decided shooter action and, like, non-linear and kind of a little bit more like a Western role-playing game, I guess. And then other stuff, I mean, we get ideas, like every day that, like, it kind of sucks because you're like, oh, we got to put that in, you know what I mean? And it's like,
you guys sometimes have ideas that, like,
write it down and
derail,
squeeze it in later.
Like what you guys have already done. You know what I mean? You'll be like agreed on like a system, and then you'll think of like, oh man, but what if like there is no save points and then it's auto save, so then this event can never happen again. Do you guys end up like fucking racking your brains with, or do you have like a limit where you're like, all right, as of fucking October All Saints Day, like no more fucking new shit? You know what I mean? Do you guys have like limits and rules?
We're actually pretty much hitting that right now, where we're saying, all right, we have our first little area is this big
it's like
city called Tir na Nog, which is in the title of the game, and it's by the time we get all this stuff that we're just about finishing, really, it'll be like 80%, or something, but it's huge, and we still have another hour of content to put in there,
right.
And we're finally just saying, all right, we need to stop, we need to keep moving forward, because what we have is really, 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 really good, but all it's doing is just making the game bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. So it's been obviously more of a blessing than a curse, but with our Kickstarter going so well and us being able to kind of add in the content that we need, the game has gotten, it's a beast now. It's huge. Yeah, it's gigantic.
I was writing this guy that I've been writing for like 2 days, and he was supposed to be like, I don't know, 10 lines or something, and now it's like this giant string of like choices, and like depending on who you've talked to earlier in the game, all sorts of lines of his chain. It's turned into like 1,000 lines of script, and it's gonna be like 10, and it just happens sometimes. We're like, oh, it's too good, and then I can't stop, and
That's a big problem.
Yeah.
So you guys have obviously got this one. The Kickstarter went super well, so now you guys are funded. Like, has that made a big change as far as like your guys' like deadlines and pressures and expectations?
Well, I feel like the thing that people liked about Barkley, like the original game, was basically just that like we did whatever the fuck we wanted. Like
Definitely.
like if we just wanted to do something, we would just do it. Like I can't even, like, literally the whole game is like, hey, dude, guess what? I'm gonna just put this stupid shit in the game today. Like, oh yeah, okay, cool. Like, that's like what the whole game was.
Right.
And so I feel like a little, I mean, obviously we're beholden to our Kickstarter backers, but I feel like that's kind of what they were funding. So
Yeah.
Totally.
Although we are really shit about updating people.
yeah.
That's always the hardest part, though, right? Because I mean, you guys are actually like head down working, and so like the social media thing like demands a certain amount of everyday connectivity of like, today we put in some like, if you open up the third fucking tomb, there's like, Ramses in there, but it's like, even though people want that shit, it's like, who the fuck has time to update all the time on that kind of shit, right?
Yeah, well, it's more like what we just sorry, but all we were able to tell you with the fusing system is pretty much anything we've already said, which is, yeah, it's sort of like Shin Megami Tensei, but not exactly. Like, we can't really, a lot of this stuff, especially now that we're working on systems and things, are secrets. We don't want anybody to know them. I mean, and it's for everybody's benefit that they don't know them, so that it's interesting when they play it. And so our updates are always like, well, we worked really, really hard on blank. And so, but yeah, that, as far as like pressure, I don't feel like we necessarily have any real pressure other than what we put on ourselves because we keep coming up with new ideas. So I would say I'm far from complaining about any of that stuff.
But it is, it is different. Like,
I do feel bad about not updating.
That your game is going to be played by at least 4,000
4,700 people.
Whatever. Yeah, it is different than like thinking like 4 other people are going to play it. So yeah, that's a little different.
What other video games, if any, do you think are actually funny? There seem to be very few.
Funny?
Yeah.
Most games are actually fun.
Like, the thing that immediately comes to mind is that part that you made, where you're in the Underground Railroad.
Oh, yes.
And like, Cyberdorf is like, we have to press the rightmost coupling. And then he goes, there's like this list, or the like 3 different couplings, and at each one he goes, remember, Barkley, we need to hit the rightmost coupling. Is this the rightmost coupling? And it's like the one on the left. And you're like, no, it's not. And then he goes to the next one. Is this the rightmost coupling? That's exactly what you're talking about to me.
Yeah.
But it's funny to think like that when you asked what is a funny game, the game that has made me laugh like the most out of any game is Metal Dungeon. Is Metal Dungeon.
Metal Dungeon?
I've never heard of this.
Oh my god.
What the hell is that?
Oh, it's like the worst game ever. It's
Oh man.
RPG. It's
Like
a
a
dungeon
crawler.
crawling RPG for Xbox,
Original.
original Xbox, and it came out. It was very early on, and we had an Xbox, but just didn't have any games we were interested in playing on it.
So we're like, ooh, it's
Until-
an RPG. Let's get it.
Yeah.
And off like the PlayStation.
What's the item description that
The head of a skull. The head
skull? Yeah.
Yeah, the head of a skull. Like the head of a skull has flames, or the
Yeah.
gun. Something about gunpowder.
Gunpowder has flames.
Look it
Yeah,
up.
we'll look it up right now. But the funny
I
thing
gotta
is
get on
that that's really the humor. The humor is, it's just ours happens to be intentional and theirs isn't, but the humor is
Yeah.
exactly the same. You know,
I
just
see.
whether you want it to be funny or you don't want it to be funny, it's still just funny. You know, and I feel like that's kind of how it works. Yeah, the head of the skull, flame. Metal Dungeon, guys.
I'm gonna get
No,
on.
we're fucking on Metal Dungeon starting now.
I'm gonna do Metal Wolf Chaos and then Metal Dungeon.
Yeah, Metal Dungeon is pretty much the worst game ever made. It's really famous because not really famous. The one thing that made it famous is that they just inexplicably put Will Smith's face on one of the characters. So the guy is straight up Will Smith.
Oh
Exactly
man.
like him.
Wait, one of the playable characters? Main character?
Yeah, one of the. I mean, they're just like random people, but there's like
Slash Will
5 faces to choose from.
Oh, I see,
And
okay.
one of the guys is exactly. So you must name him Will Smith. And so we saw him. And
Yeah,
was
you
like,
got to.
oh. It turns out that like they've actually, and then Samuel L. Jackson is the other one.
Jesus.
Samuel L. Jackson.
That sounds metal
Really
as fuck,
God, they
man.
were just going through a list of black people they're familiar with? Like, that's terrible.
Can't find it. No one talks about Metal Dungeon on the internet.
I mean,
Yeah,
was
probably
this
for the
was
best.
this game translated, and you think that was where like the fucking text just got like totally?
Well, that's a huge.
I mean,
that's a
yeah,
huge
a
part
lot
of it.
But
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of badly put together. It's great because, like, I don't know what they thought like the average play like experience would be, but when you have these people and you like, they start at rank ZZ, or no Z, it's Z minus. Yeah.
What?
They start rank Z minus, and you gain, you go through the dungeon and they get experience, and then you like upgrade like certain points and stuff, and it's really unbalanced the way the classes work. Like the well-rounded one
It's useless.
is
Yeah.
useless. You
That's
only
always
want
though.
these like chopping and punching people, but after you like we beat the game, like one of our guys is like rank W minus. One guy might be like
What does that mean?
Yeah. Yeah, you only go up like 3 letters. So either that's a translation thing and they just didn't understand how the alphabet works.
Just like
Yeah.
that reverse
and they
alphabet.
started to realize that
They
A
expect
would be
yeah,
the end.
They're just
Right.
gonna keep playing this over and over and over again and get up to rank A. I don't even see how it's
Rank double
Yeah,
S.
no, even possible. Yeah, even if it's not intentional, it's still funny, and that's
Yeah.
pretty much what Barkley is
Yeah.
just same level of humor. It just happens to be,
Something you strive
it's something you're
for.
emulating, not
Get some
necessarily.
kind of humor that
honest-
doesn't
honest.
seem intentional, I guess.
I don't give a pack. I just want to hear that booty clap. I don't give a pack. I just want to hear that booty clap. I don't give a pack. I just want to hear that booty clap.
Let me ask you guys this. You guys chose Barkley as the main protagonist. I mean, you guys obviously could have gone with the easy choice, which would have been Chris Mullen, but instead Stratosphere, and you chose Barkley. Like, why Barkley? This is, I'm guessing the fighting wrestling series you guys were talking about, this is post you guys making Barkley. So how did Barkley get his shiny ass head in the center of your guys' universe?
Barkley 1 takes place in 2053,
Mhm.
and which comes after this video game championship wrestling that happened in 2012, 2013. So it's all in Barkley's story.
Yeah,
As
It's all there.
Yeah.
much like Jordan went to minor league baseball, Barkley went to wrestling and then back. So we're just fulfilling the
Chaos in
canon.
the Windy City.
See, so it's all part of the same trope. It's just it's sort of a longer view than most are used to or expecting.
Yeah, we're considering all of Barkley's exploits up to 2053.
Yeah,
like a-
yeah. What people don't realize is that you can really cram any event into a single line of canon. You can force it all in there.
Yeah,
There's
it's
plenty of
true.
space.
And then
There's plenty
if
of
it
space.
happens, yeah.
If it happens, if it's been written about, it really happened. I think that's one of
That's how
our
we've gotten this far with religion, right? It's basically the same idea.
Yeah, it's pretty much exactly. So that's even more true than
Yeah.
even what you think.
Than I want it to be. God damn
We're even
it.
more comfortable with recognizing. So I gotta ask, like, have contact with Barkley's entourage to find out if he's basically aware of this genius ass game that he's both the star and the martyr of.
I think genius ass is the way you'd put it. I have no idea how like some litigious like basketball lawyer would view it, but
True.
no, we've never had contact, and let's try to keep it that way. Like,
Yeah, definitely.
Just-
ripping sprites out of
we don't
whatever.
we don't need him to know.
What I just saw, like, this year that Mike Tyson, for the first time, I guess on camera, had played Mike Tyson's Punch Out, and of course he got like his fucking ass handed to him by Glass Joe, which is just like psychotic.
Yeah, that was awesome. Man.
Yeah, I
And
was
he had
just,
no idea.
he's just sitting there playing, and he's like, "Oh man, I don't punch this man. Like, I don't know how to punch him." And it's just like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" Like, you look at the screen, like everything breaks. Like, you're the most fucking like monstrous force of punch the world has ever seen. Like, you've basically been copied in every fighting game, every game that someone could punch. It's like basically based off Tyson, right?
Right.
VS Glass
Yeah, that's
Joe.
funny. I didn't know. Yeah, I don't think he. I'm not sure if he knows. We definitely don't want him to play it because
Oh shit! Because
if
that'd
he
be like
knows about it, that's one thing. If he plays it, that's another thing.
But see, the problem is if he played it at that point, since you guys have this canon already written, like it could be that his life would turn out as a self-fulfilling
Yeah,
prophecy.
that's scary.
Right, that would be terrible.
Yeah, it could self-fulfill itself.
You guys are prophets.
2040, he's playing at some like retirement game, and then he's like, you know what? Those kids said I could. Maybe I can chaos dunk.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And then
it's
he
your
pulls a
fault.
groin. And then all of a sudden he pulls a groin. Yeah.
Jesus.
I feel like we're on some 12
Thanks. Thanks a lot,
monkeys.
Tales of Games. You ruined the world. Even the term indie games or whatever, but like, are there any other indie games you're like looking forward to or you're excited about?
yeah, dude. Me personally, I'm looking forward to a couple of these Kickstarter games. Dead State.
Dead State?
A couple of the other. Yeah, Dead State. It's done by Double Bear Studio, I think it's called, and it's being done by like one of the guys who worked on Vampire the Masquerade. He used to work on
What?
Obsidian. And the other one I'm looking forward to is called Age of Decadence, and it's made in the same engine by I think Iron Tower Studio. Those are like I'm really big into like Western RPGs, and those are like
Okay.
two of the coolest looking Western RPGs I think that have been in development in like a decade. So
Jeez.
That's
Yeah, and I
badass.
don't know if this guy's local to around here. I just sent you the link. I don't know if you've seen Radio the Universe.
Radio of the Universe? No, I haven't seen it.
Holy crap! Yeah, look at that video when you have the chance. He ran a really really successful Kickstarter, and that game looks so awesome.
Man, the art style already looks
The
awesome.
art looks really
God
good.
damn.
yeah,
Yeah, it's just one guy. He's like this mysterious dude that no one knows where he is or where he lives. Yeah, he's just this
What?
he's just this guy. Yeah, like we tried to contact him.
Hermit or
We should try again. But yeah, he's just making this crazy awesome game by himself.
Man, so he
Where
already
he-
got it completely funded?
Yeah.
It could be 8 dudes. Yeah, we don't have no
Could be a
idea.
company.
Yeah, it could be a huge
Could
company.
be
Who
Square
knows?
Enix.
Oh,
Yeah, it could be. It looks. But no,
iOS
it's one
confirmed.
guy who has that really really awesome game. That's Radio the Universe. It's really cool.
There's this dude named Lancer X who makes all these games. Usually in this program, Mega Zooks or whatever it's called, which is sort of like this old thing ZZT. This other like game engine, but anyway, he just made this like Japanese role playing game kind of game called Red, and he made this game called Meridus that we're like super pumped about always. So anything that he does, I look forward to. Lancer X is his name.
Lancer X.
I just sent you a link for Always Sometimes Monsters. This is an
Always
RPG.
sometimes.
Yeah, these guys were cool, and that's an RPG Maker game.
Oh, nice.
And they just got picked up by Devolver Digital. They were at Indie Mega Booth, and that's pretty cool.
And of course, Death Row to Canada and whatchamacallit, Octopus City Blues.
Oh, Octopus City Blues. Yeah.
Game.
See, now we're just typing things in.
Octopus City Blues?
Octopus City Blues just finished a
Octopus
Kickstarter.
City Blues.
Oh man, I haven't heard about that.
That's
That one sounds
yeah.
Another dude we've known for 10 years.
Octopus City Blues, and Death Road to Canada. Death Road to Canada has X114 Jam 9 and the Wizard in it as special characters.
That's
That's awesome.
we're
Take a good look. Man.
Oh, and then also the game I'm looking forward to most is The Last Guardian.
Oh,
Shut up, man.
That's my favorite answer to every question.
I know, you gotta drop
You're looking forward to most. Oh, Last Guardian. I can't wait till it comes out in quarter 4
New
2013.
game ready. So in other words, you guys are just part of a fucking huge hype train of badass shit coming out that's gonna blow up the fucking interwebs and blow up our computer sacks.
Yes. Yeah, there's plenty coming out. It's not, believe it or not, it's not just Barkley 2.
I can't believe it.
There's
I
other
won't.
stuff.
No.
There's other stuff. Like we were at PAX. This is a good example. Like we were at PAX, and there was a guy that asked, "What's the name of this monster?" Yeah, I mean, we were definitely. It was definitely eye-opening as far as how, like, a lot of those other booths and stuff there. Even though our booth was wild and crazy,
Our booth was awesome.
oh, we were pretty happy with our booth. Everybody else, I mean, there were a lot of the other games kind of had. Well, they had games. On our game, we only had like proof of concept, pre alpha. They had like real games like ready to come out.
Yeah.
So that was a little revelatory.
And you guys didn't have any like Fez breakdown moments, right? Where you guys were just like, "Fuck, I'm gonna kill all my friends and myself, and this game is never
There
gonna
were
come out."
moments on like day 3 when I was up all night and I was in the Wizard booth, and when the curtains would close, I would like sort of fall asleep and. I wouldn't say hallucinate, but like I would like start dreaming and then like realize like, oh, there's someone on the other side of this curtain. I need to like open it back up and do this whole wizard thing again.
What?
Oh, you guys don't know about the wizard thing?
No, what?
What the?
Oh, so we built this giant 9-foot by 5-foot box out of PVC that was about 7 feet tall. You could walk into it and sewed these curtains that hang over it, and so it completely conceals the inside of the booth from the outside. And it's all these like crazy purple drapes, and on the outside it's all stars. It looks like this. We call it the Astral Lounge, and
Of course
you go inside, and there is one of us dressed like a wizard, and I got a picture. I can find it.
All right.
There's one of us dressed like a wizard, and then we start asking you essentially the same questions that we'll ask you when Barkley 2 comes out. There's a really esoteric kind of crazy character creation system.
Oh, okay.
And so you just play character creation, but live with the wizard. In the Kickstarter video, there was like a shot of the wizard like putting his hands over an orb, and then he asks you what gender you are.
Yeah.
Do you remember
Yeah,
that?
I
Yeah.
did.
Yeah. We essentially do that, but in real time with us talking and being a wizard. Yeah, it was crazy. I mean, there's so much to do and all kinds of crazy stuff to run around, but it was awesome.
I would fucking hassle you for a release date, but I'll just wait with, bated breath like every other jerk that gave you money and say this game's gonna be fucking rad and we're all super jazzed on it.
All right, man. Awesome. Thank you.
Very cool.
We're very excited. It's gonna be good. Yeah, but we don't have a date. It's gonna come out when it comes out.
It's like
Basically,
a baby.
The best thing
It's like a baby. It's like a baby. Yeah. Because come on, guys. We know they just come out when they want to come out, right? It's
Exactly.
fine.
Completely random.
How could you time it? Give me a break.
You can time that at all.
Yeah.
All right. Later, guys.
All right,
All
man.
right. See you guys.
See you guys later.
That's our terrible version of this gorgeous song you hear now,
Yeah.
made
Awesome.
by
This is Eric Chef Boyardee, man.
This is Eric Chef Boyardee, who's one of 3 members of a certain game company you might have heard of.
You just listened to it, man. You just heard the whole goddamn podcast.
You fucking know it already. It's Tales of Games.
Goddammit. This guy claims to be not so great a musician, but he's wrong.
Yeah.
He's part of the magical realms of Tir Nanog, Escape from Necron 7, Revenge of Kukule, and the official game of the movie, Chapter 2 of the Who's Barkley saga.
Boom!
Yeah.
A mouthful? Not quite.
Not for me, it's not.
No.
It's easy. It's
Yeah.
easy.
We're talking about B2, Barkley 2. Eric did all of the fucking music for the game. You might have heard it from such places as the podcast you just fucking heard.
Yeah, he's awesome. You know, Liam is awesome.
Brian's awesome.
Brian's awesome.
Awesome
They're
is
both
awesome.
I love those dudes, man.
Yeah.
I want to be best friends with them, like, pretty much all the time,
Yeah,
man.
Tales of Games.
If I could be, it would be awesome.
Yeah, props, Preach,
Right.
and other P's.
Yeah.
But speaking of which, we should tell
You
everybody
should
that
pre-order the shit out this game.
you got to pre-order this game. We've got the fucking basic thing, which you can find on www.talesofgames.com.
All right, let's get on with it.
Their
Yep.
official site. You can also check them out on facebook.com/talesofgames, or you can follow them on Twitter @talesofgames. But real talk, on talesofgames.com, right now,
Yeah.
today, this moment, at present times, you can order in a pre-version, that's a pre-order, you can
Oh.
pre-order Barkley 2.
Oh,
you can
yeah.
do 3
Okay.
different editions. Okay, starting out
What you
as
got?
B2 B-Ball Edition. Straight up, just jam slam, playing the game.
Oh, that's the broke down edition.
It's $10 bucks.
You get the actual game. You get it.
You
You
can-
get the game and you get to play it. What a tragedy. What a tragedy.
That's not enough for most people.
No, you can get the X Jam edition though.
What's the X Jam edition got?
It's $25,
Okay.
and then you also get the soundtrack,
And
which that we just sang.
we just sang
So
most
clearly,
of it. See,
it's fucking awesome.
yeah, if you can sing along to a soundtrack, you're
but
in it.
the ultimate is what? Man?
Well, before I mention the ultimate, I will say in the X Jam
okay.
edition, you
All
get
right.
a
You don't
wallpaper. You get a little wallpaper.
yeah,
Maybe your desktop needs an update.
Okay, yeah.
Take that weeaboo fucking 1990 shit off of there. Take that Pokemon Pikachu fucking
Dude,
up-res.
what's the ultimate edition, man? Come on.
I'm gonna go ahead and just drop that it's the Doom Murder Edition.
Yeah, it is.
It's the Doom fucking Murder Edition.
Yeah.
It costs you $60. However,
Nothing.
it's just drop of the hat. You get the full game. You get the B2 soundtrack. You get wallpaper, music pack, and we should fucking stop
Oh,
here.
man.
We should pause. 'Cause
Why?
What you get
Why?
next?
Why
what you
should
get
we?
next?
Man,
is
I want
fucking hype.
Yeah, the VidCon packs,
You
dude.
get the VidCon pack.
Man, I've never had the opportunity to play these, and I really do. I've seen some video footage of these. I want to play the fuck out of these, man.
You get their entire backlog of games.
the backlog of Tales games.
You get all the
games.
VidCons. the games.
So you should probably buy this.
Yeah, buy the shit.
Is that safe to say? You should probably buy this.
You should stop fucking around.
Yeah.
Stop listening to our fucking broke down asses.
buy the crap.
Put
Buy it.
$60
It's
towards
only
the Doom
way-
Murder Edition.
Yeah, dude, it's the only way you can get it.
Yeah, you gotta play this shit. So anyways, again, Tales of Games, you the best. We can't wait for B2. The world can't wait for Barkley 2, for the Chaos Dunk to truly fall. Until then, we're Dunk City. You
Dunk
can
City.
check us out on Facebook.com/Dunk City Podcast, our Twitter @Dunk City Podcast, or our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/Dunk City Podcast, which you can see us play
Yeah, check
our
us out,
fucking
man.
ridiculous version of Barkley 1,
Yeah.
B1.
Yes,
where it all began.
We were playing through Barkley 1, and we're also playing through Killer's Dead, and look forward to some other stuff that we're
Yeah, but we just played the entire Killer is Dead, so you didn't have to.
doing. Yeah.
So save yourself some money and watch
But
us play it, and then
man,
realize
you better
you
better
should
believe.
buy that fucking shit because it's amazing.
Yeah, but you better believe we're gonna play through Barkley 2.
Oh, dude, when B2 comes out, it's
Straight.
It's lights
through.
out in the Dunk
I'm taking
City.
off work that day.
Yeah,
Definitely.
I'm taking off.
Later.
Speaking of taking off,
Farewell, friend.
that's it. Love you, bye.